in the air is Herbert. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Timeout called by the Chargers. There's first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
The draw, it's Dowdle. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
21. 59. 21. Ready?
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Oh, this big guy is moving. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
His kick is good.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. First carry here for Ashton Jeanty. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
First down, and they go right back to it. Saw the rain, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
This is Jeanty on second. Running in the red zone. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders start off well to tie things 7-7.
Jason Sanders set
now
to
after
kick
tying
off.
this game up, they're all set to send her away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
380. Delta. Hot.
They'll start on the ground. Dowdle fights his way through a tackle. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Going to the ground again on foot. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And the run continues. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
13 yards.
That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
380. Go.
Here's Dowdle again. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Camp it.
On the ground again with Dowdle. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. Third down coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Man in motion here.
Hey, go Lion. 59. Hey, easy. Go orange. What is it?
On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. He finds Adams, complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Go with Dowdle on the run. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Ram.
On 3rd down, Herbert just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Now Penix off the play action. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. What a dive! I think he caught it! And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
At the 3-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it.
2nd and goal.
They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, second down coming up.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Chargers have an early lead. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and excited to start this second quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders take a second quarter lead.
I just love seeing the approach of this entire offense, not settling for anything. Yeah, this running back, he's finding the end zone through the running lanes. Let's give a tip of the cap to the big boys up front because they are setting the tone. 2 drives, 2 rushing touchdowns.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
Chargers 10.
Sanders all set to send it away.
Set to kick off.
His return starts at the 5.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. The inside give to Dowdle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
He was taken down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. On a more aggressive call on second.
27-yard line.
Herbert now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, they call the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Herbert on 1st down. Hits his tight end on the corner route. Hits the 20. To the house. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers take a second quarter lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Full extension, and he brings it in! It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
A gain on the play of
The analytics are pretty clear.
yards.
It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
From the red zone on first. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
From the shotgun, Penix. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a second quarter lead. Malik Neighbors with the touchdown.
Vegas. Jason Sanders for the extra
So Brock,
point.
good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Makes the score.
That one splits the uprights.
Chargers 17.
And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
Jason
Sanders all set to send it
kick off.
away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's out a little short of the 30.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, starting the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Set. 380. Ground.
Here's Dowdle straight up the middle. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Herbert from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Black 80. Black.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A gain of 10
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Hey, go. Hey, Cap. Let's go. Home troops right. Set.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Right side into the hands of Adams. Keeps it moving. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
50 yards on the play. That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and goal, Los Angeles.
Ground. Set. Wide 80. Wide 80 hot.
First and goal. Here's Dowdle. And he's bottled up the line on the final play before the 2-minute warning. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Battle again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. A gain of 8, and now they're going to enjoy 3rd and goal from the 1.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
3rd and goal now. Can they find that final yard?
Let's go. Hey, you need it. Go.
Trying to sneak, it's Herbert. And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Justin Herbert with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers push their lead to 3.
24. Raiders 21.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
19, Tiger, 19.
Penix working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Penix here from the gun. That's complete to the back, Ashton Jeanty. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
A pickup of 18 yards. It's now 3rd down.
To the air with Penix. Got a man and Neighbors has it. He's out in the clear. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take the lead just before halftime. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
Raiders 28, Chargers 24.
Sanders all set to send it away.
Set to kick off.
Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. They're looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, 1 play remaining in this half. One last play before the break.
380.
Here's the give to Dowdle. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. This makes it up to the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. They're going play fake with Penix. He puts a mirror under it deep down the left. He's got it inside the 25. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Malik Neighbors with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11.
Raiders 35, Chargers 24. Jason Sanders set
Sanders
to kick
all
off.
set to send it away. Returning it from the 4. Making some progress here.
The Chargers take
They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33.
at their own 33-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Running right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Set. 380. Go.
Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. So the false start backs him up 5. Here comes 2nd and long.
Set. 380. 59.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Set. Ready.
Herbert, quick out wide, complete. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Lion. Go.
This is Dowdle on 2nd down. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stop just a little bit shy of the marker. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. It's Herbert. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off of that game.
2 yards.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Set. Delta, stop. Ready.
Herbert now off the play fake. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But the Nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Set. 380. Cut.
Putting a receiver in motion. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Throwing for his back, but it's incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Kappa. 5-9. Go. Ram.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. We look underneath here, Robinson. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield and just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
RPO here, the throw to Adams. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers start the 2nd half with some needed points. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Herbert's going to look to throw for this. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
That is tremendous defense. First and foremost, you've got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, boy, that is a huge win for the defense.
His return starts at the 5. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
At their own 24-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. First play is going to be again to Genty. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
The stop made by
That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Throwing Penix. Gonna cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Makes it third down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. They'll throw, third and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. A pickup of 17. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On first down, here's Penix. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Penix is going to throw again. Brought in by his back here. It's Jeanty. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's the Raiders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. First and 10 now from the 46. And again, it's Penix. Dumped off to his running back. And on first down, no place to go here. They're going to take him out about a yard behind the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
All right, here we go. Second down. It's Penix yet again. Got a man downfield. This is Neighbors. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders stretch it to a 2-score game in the fourth. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His third through the air this game. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Raiders push the lead up to 12.
Raiders 42. Chargers 30. Jason
Sanders all set to send it away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Chargers getting set. First and 10. To throw, Herbert. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Gets to the 33-yard line before it stops.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Under 10. Set. Hey, easy. We got Warren. Wide angle.
They've got a man in motion.
Hey, Ray.
From the gun on 3rd, it's Herbert. He finds Adams, complete. And this is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives them a first down.
A gain of 30. First down.
Herbert throwing again. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
On 3rd down, Herbert. This is caught downfield by Owens. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers now within 1 score in the 4th.
There are a couple different ways now. You can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, well, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Now Herbert and the Chargers going for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Home troops right.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
Raiders 42, Chargers 36.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Okay, ready?
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Now Penix off the play action. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line.
And the Las Vegas
35 on the pickup. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
At the 31-yard
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And off to Genti. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Back to Genti. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Got a man, and Neighbors has it. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders go up by 12 in the 4th. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His 4th receiving score of the game. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, Only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. 2-point try coming. Penix and his offense getting set.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's a design run. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead.
Raiders 50.
Defense perhaps a little too worried about the pass there, partner, and as a result, they're able to run it in for 2.
It really becomes a numbers game down here. And you see a lot of teams employ this, right? If there's numbers there against the pass, we're going to be committed to running. If they stack the box, we've got to be willing to throw it. In this case, it was a numbers advantage and the simplest pass for 2 points.
At their own 23-yard line.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. It's complete to Holland. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Herbert from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
To go.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. On the move, hit it right. Brought in right side. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Chargers, 14 points back. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Herbert to throw once more. Finds a seam down the middle. Down to the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers now within 1 score in the 4th.
Touchdown, Chargers.
I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay
The
dirt.
kicker on
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the upright. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Chargers 43.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. And a great run back has the offense just a touch shy midfield to start this drive.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Coming left is Genty. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. There he is again. It's Neighbors. And he is down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
18, Viking, 18.
They're going to pass it here. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to pull this one away.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Back to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal.
Roll. Shut up. Bronco switch. Bronco, check off.
Here's Genty. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
On the tackle.
LA uses a timeout here. It's second.
Brings up second
And they'll have just one left to burn now.
The Chargers.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines. Sure, want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
Here's second and goal from the 6. Genty again. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders double their lead to 14.
Chargers 43. Jason
Sanders all set to send it away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41.
380. Lion. Family tight. Ram.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Wanted to fit that one into Devontae Adams. So it'll be second down.
Ready.
Throwing now, Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away.
First down, Los Angeles.
Throwing on first is Herbert. Andrews has it, working downfield. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Every touchdown's got its own story, but for me, Kate, that one's all about courage. Courage of that receiver to run all the way across the field. Courage of the quarterback to know it's going to take a little extra time. That courage paid dividends for 6.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Chargers 50.
As we approach the final half minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick. Okay, they pulled it off. Now they have one final gasp. Either get into the end zone or leave here with the L.
How many times do we see these teams at this point of desperation late in the game needing a kick and not get it? So nice to see one of them actually rewarded with all that effort. Now it comes down to the execution of this offense. Can they do what their special teams just did and go execute, score a touchdown, and find a way to win?
380. Kappa.
Setting up to pass. Well, they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
We'll look to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either.
Delta.
Here he is to throw. Andrew snags another one. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
And the Chargers first down.
Incomplete, down to 13 seconds left.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. So not an easy feat by any means, Brock. Scoring on the play with interference, and they, of course, decline it and take the touchdown.
Yeah, you talk about it, and you love to see it. Guys that can play through that contact, kind of like in basketball, right? You take a foul, but you still finish the hoop. It's the same thing with these pass catchers on the other end of it. Those that can play through contact, they tend to separate themselves.
59. Let's go. Set.
Now Herbert again. And it's incomplete. The defense makes a stand, and they'll keep a one-point lead with only seconds to play.
Chargers, 56.
So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. And the Raiders able to cover up the onside try. That seals up this game. They may have caught them a little by surprise on the last onside try, but certainly much more prepared this time around. That one is not successful.
Yeah, it's tough enough. The numbers tell all of us, right? It's tough enough to do it once. Recovering two in a row, well, that's borderline impossible. And that Hands team, they were going to let their side down a second time, that's for sure.
And that is the catch that can end this game and seal this win. Touchdown!
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Makes the score.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Raiders grow their lead to 8.
Jason Sanders set
Sanders
to kick
all
off.
set to send it away. This one doesn't make the landing zone, so this drive's going to start at the 40. Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Drawing up the design keeper. The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense